Don't break the wall down. Find the door, open it up. That's it. That's what I need to do. I broke down I didn't break down. I'm still trying to figure out how to break down the wall when there's a door right next to me. I just got to figure out how to get the door to go. So that's going to be my game plan. I know there are some guys right now in my circle that are still seeing deer during the day. And that's absolutely absurd, including where I was hunting today. There have been deer sights in the last 2 weeks of deer during the day. And I just don't. I always thought, and this is where I'm wrong, this is where I'm still learning, is after rut, I figured that it was over. And for a lot of the time, for the majority, it is not the best hunting after rut. But you get a little post rut where they're looking for food. You find food sources. You find water sources. Did you know deer can go weeks without a drink of water because of what they eat provides them with the H2O that they need to survive? So you look on TV and these guys are hunting water. You'll never see that where we are. That's always in Oklahoma. That's always in Texas. That's always in these drier spots. But where we are here, there's enough foliage where these deer can literally go weeks without drinking water and still be hydrated enough. And that was huge for me. That was a huge, huge breakthrough. So what are deer eating on right now? They're eating on anything green that's in the woods that's not Liriope. I've even seen them, personally witnessed them eating branches off of a tree, low-hanging trees. They'll just sit there and eat the tip of the branch off. I'm not going to say it's a crapshoot, but you still have to figure out what's going on. And they are holding patterns. There are deer following deer now. I'm not going to say they all bunch back up, but there are. It's not like rut. It's not like, hey, this deer's on camera. We got a doe coming in. It's just, you pattern them again. You find their lines and try to cut them off and intersect them during that line. And that's how you're going to be successful. Being a gun hunter, you don't have to worry about wind for the most part. Just worry about a good, safe place to post up. And if they're in sight, you let them have it. But a bow hunter, there's so much more involved. And that's why I preach the bow game, because I'm not going to say bow hunters are better hunters, but I do think that having a bow in your hand, a short stick in your hand, leaves you with so many different variables that have to all line up. Everything has to line up in a line in order for you to be successful. Where with a gun, even muzzleloader, a slug, shotgun, even shotgun to a point, if you just get a little bit of those dots to line up, you're good. But with a bow, everything's got to be dialed in. Your wind can look good on your app. You go out. This happened to me today. Your wind looks good on your app. All right. I get out there and the wind is the exact opposite. Then the wind, 30 minutes later, changed to where it was showing on the app. So being a bow hunter, it 100% is more difficult. And I don't know if that's why people don't do it, just because their success rate is so low. But those of you who do the bow all year in, year out, the passion that you have, especially the appreciation that you have for that harvest when you do harvest that animal, or that you almost had a harvest, or that you shot at and you missed, you kind of, I'm not going to say you cherish that, but you're kind of like, damn, that was money. I'll take my last hunt, for instance. I forgot what day it was. It was probably Saturday, or maybe even it was Sunday. I was out facing the field. It was a little warmer. It was probably 60 degrees outside, so I figured, let's go face the field and see if they're going to come out and feed. I did have one come out and feed about 11 o'clock to me, but it was about 250 yards away. There was just no chance at all, and she never even came close. But there was this group of turkeys that came out, and they were 85 yards from me. They all came out in a straight line, posted out there, did their milling, did their pre-roost activities that they would do and get ready for bed. And what did I do? My tough ass season everything that I worked so hard to do, I'm going to, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this turkey. I'm going to shoot that turkey for 85 yards. I have a single pin sight, so I'm able to do so, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. So I put it on at 85 yards. It's about 1 o'clock to me. 85 yards, get everything squared away, dot right on them, shoot. The shot was so far that the turkey saw the knock come towards it, and it jumped up at the last second. And I don't even know. I know that the arrow hit the turkey in the leg area because it ricocheted. Like as soon as it didn't even hit the ground or ricochet. It literally hit where the turkey was and kind of ricocheted off to the right. And I saw the knock still sitting there, and the arrow was kind of sitting in the ground like this to me. So I'm like, oh shit! I think I just shot this turkey's feet off. I see him get down because he jumped up like a foot. I see him get down, and then he walks back into the woods. I didn't see any blood. He was with a group, and he actually ended up roosting about 20 yards behind me in a tree. Well, it might have been the one that I shot at. Fell, couldn't quite make it. Didn't, you know how turkeys are kind of clumsy, and they're not very graceful birds, and they sound like a sack of bricks when they come down, but or fly up. They're breaking sticks, breaking limbs, and all that. But it kind of came down. It kind of went up awkward, broke a limb, and then that limb breaking scared the deer that was 200 yards away from me. So it was just it's just how it is. But I took a shot at a turkey 85 yards, and I would never do that. But this year I was kind of like, fuck it. What are you going to do? And that's really been my season thus far. I've made a lot of mistakes, a ton of mistakes. I've witnessed a lot of people make mistakes. And kind of where I hunt, for the most part, where I hunt is you get some hunters that will really walk up on you, and they'll be like, oh, my fault, and they'll go 60 yards to the tree right next to you where they've been sitting around all year. And it is what it is. And then they're falling down or making noise, or they're going in there at 4 o'clock and getting out at 6:30 before the time changes, and you're just like, what the hell? Why am I even doing this? Because I love it. I have a passion for it. I truly love this lifestyle. I love it. You shoot 5,000 arrows a year. You don't do it just to do it. You do it because you really, really, really love it. You don't put 200 hours into the stand just to be there. You do it because you really, 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 really love it. There's been a lot of hot evenings, a lot of cold mornings. Hands are hurting. You're sweating your ass off. And it's a labor of love. And that's the only way I could describe bow hunting. Hunting in general. Now, I came across over the past 2 weeks a different lifestyle that I knew existed, but I didn't really know it was a thing. Like, I know it was as big as it was. And I didn't know that people were so dialed in, and that people spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy on this lifestyle. Period. I just didn't know that it existed, especially in this area. Dog hunting. The whole deer drive. The dog deer drive. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was that big of a thing. And apparently, it is huge, especially in a lot of the counties in the south of where I'm at. I'm in Northern Virginia, but a lot of counties south. Once rifle season kicks in, there is no more still hunting. Still hunting is out. Everyone runs dogs. Not everyone, but a lot of people run dogs. And it is absolutely nuts. We were listening to them on the radio, and just the way they communicated, the way that they knew different words meant this, and just everything dialed in. It's just the lifestyle that they had, and the passion for what they have is it. And the way I look at it is, a lot of these counties that allow it or have a past of doing it or have a tradition of dog hunting, I'm going to go ahead and say that the economy is probably not the best. And a lot of these people are reliant on the deer meat, and that's where I think it's cool as shit that these guys run the deer and run the dogs, and because it is like a big thing, and it's a lifestyle to them. It's a way of life to them, and they got their meat, and that's what it's all out here for. You can't taste antlers. Antlers don't taste good at all. Dogs will chew on it, but then you get the whole tracking dog. And then you get the turkey dog. They'll do turkey drives. Like, I didn't know that this was such a big thing until I saw it and heard about it and witnessed it and talked to people who do it and see their dogs, see just the whole interaction. It's just crazy. And it's once again, it's a labor of love. So those of you who are new getting into hunting, you got to love this shit, man. This is not the shit you see on TV. 95% of the time, you will probably not get the quality deer that you want in front of you. 80% of the time, in a lot of places, you won't even see a deer. There's a lot of times where you won't even shoot a deer in the whole season, but you still show up the next year. And it's a labor of love, and it's tremendous. And I love it. I love it. I love it that you love it. But one thing that I am concerned about is the newer generation. The younger guys. I have a teenager. I'm seeing when I'm 35, so I'm seeing when I get to the age where I need assistance to go in the woods, or hey, I need someone to drop me off at this stand because I can't walk that far anymore, or I don't want to, it's a pain in the ass. I don't know if there's going to be another person there to drop me off who's younger and who can drag my deer. It makes me sad. Makes me really, really, really sad to know that I'm a first generation hunter, so no one taught me anything. Everything was learned either through people that I knew, communicated with, marketed with, or just met up with, or reading a lot. I read a shit ton. And you kind of have to put effort towards it. It just doesn't come to you. And if it comes to you, it's because you've been around it since you were a kid. And that's what I've noticed. If you've been around the woods since you were a kid, a lot of things come easier to you. I'm still learning. Everyone's got a learning curve. And I don't know if the younger generation, if there's enough there to keep it going. And that's something I also want to do this year is my son's 5. He's going to the woods with me as much as I can, and I want him to be the guy who drops me off my stand and drags my deer because old man can't do it anymore, and that's what's going to be important to me is just making that happen. So that's really my game plan. I mean, season's wrapping up. I really don't have anything else to say as far as this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it, this is what they're doing. There's no time for that. You got to go out there, and if you're not rolling the dice, you're rolling the dice. You don't know because there is no tomorrow. Well, there is a tomorrow for tomorrow, but you have 50 hours to do this, and that's it. It's over. Saturday's it. Sunday, you're thinking back, what the hell happened this year? Me personally, I'm exhausted. My truck's a mess. My bag's a mess. Like I said, I didn't have anybody. I had a bunch of shit in my bag. I've been many different places. And it's just, everything's a mess. So I need to regroup, get everything going again. I need to get more stands. I'm going to be getting, like I said, 6 to 7 more stands. Get rid of the stuff that I'm not really using anymore. And kind of cleaning it up. And next year, be efficient. It's all about being efficient. Being in the right place at the right time with the right skill set. I focused too much on elk this year. Don't know why. But I figure if you can run 10 miles... 95-degree weather, you're going to be in shape to drag this deer. Well, I'll tell you what, I haven't really worked out since deer season started just because of time. If I had any free time, it was in the woods, I still would struggle with that deer because all the momentum that I gained physically in the summer completely diminished as soon as hunting season started. So game plan, that's it. Just be as efficient as possible. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my spiel here. I'm going to go to Instagram. Does anyone have any comments, any questions, just shoot the shit? What beer are you guys drinking? Anything like that. This is like my